Hey, what's up everyone? Ashley here. Welcome to Ashley Talks Movies. So at long last, Top Gun Maverick is finally arriving in theaters. And this movie was delayed numerous times over the course of the pandemic, but it's finally here. And I actually had a chance to catch an early screening of this movie, and spoiler alert, it's worth the wait. Now, don't worry, my review will be spoiler free. But before we get into that, if you could do me a favor, if you could hit that subscribe button, I would really appreciate it. Also, click on that notification bell so you get notified every time a new video is posted. Okay, now on to the review. Now, with Top Gun Maverick, we return to the danger zone. This movie takes place more than 30 years after the original 1986 film, and Pete Maverick Mitchell, played by Tom Cruise, is called back to the pilot training academy, Top Gun, to train an elite group of young pilots for a dangerous mission. Now, Tom Cruise is the star of this movie. There's no doubt about that. But I also want to say how effortlessly he eases back into this role of Maverick. Like, he does such a fantastic job with this character. It's almost like there's no time that has passed. I mean, he just looks like he's having such a great time, especially with the action sequences, which I'll talk about in a little bit. Tom Cruise is just a superstar, and he has such great energy, and it's really apparent in this movie. He's also supported by a wonderful cast. You have Jennifer Connolly, John Hamm, Val Kilmer, and also a whole crop of the young pilots. You know, one of them is played by Miles Teller, who actually the character's name is Rooster, and he actually happens to be the son of Goose, who was Maverick's wingman and friend in the original movie. Of course, he tragically died in a flying accident. But yeah, this cast is great, and everyone does such a great job with their respective roles. And honestly, you know, there's quite a few characters in this movie, and I think the movie does a good job of balancing all those different characters. Even if all those different characters don't get a ton of screen time, you learn enough about them to care about them, and that's really important. Top Gun Maverick leans heavily into the nostalgia, but it manages to improve upon the original film, which is rare for a sequel. I think Top Gun Maverick is better than the original film. People might not agree with me on that, but I think it is. And I think it is for a number of reasons. One, the action sequences are so much better. Granted, the camera technology is better, and so that really helps with it. Also, the way that the action sequences, specifically the flying sequences, are shot are really, really spectacular, including scenes where the camera is in the cockpit with the pilot. It really puts you in the middle of the action and really makes you feel like you're in the plane. It has this sort of claustrophobic kind of feel to it, but it keeps you on the edge of your seat, especially when they're doing all these maneuvers in the sky and how the camera cuts from inside the cockpit to outside the plane. It's just amazing. Now, the story isn't really revolutionary here. As I mentioned before, this film leans heavily into nostalgia, and that's pretty much the case with the story. It feels in a lot of ways like the original film. However, I really do appreciate how, as I said before, with how it improves in some aspects, but also how easy it was to follow, especially when it comes to the mission. The mission could have been overly complicated and convoluted, but it's not. It's pretty straightforward. You know what you're getting into, and everything else is pretty much standard. This movie is just fun. It's fun. It's not overly complicated. It is sentimental in a lot of ways. Again, that is part of that whole nostalgia aspect of the film. But it has a great cast and really amazing action sequences and a lot of heart. And I was also surprised with how much humor this movie has. It was so funny in so many parts. And, you know, I just had a blast. Like, overall, I think Top Gun Maverick is a wonderful film. It's a perfect summer blockbuster film. Again, with enough nostalgia for people who enjoyed the first film, but also with a lot of updates that really make it fresh. And if you get a chance, you should definitely see it on the biggest screen possible. I saw it in my early screen. I saw it in a theater, and it is just amazing. Visually, amazing. So those are my thoughts on Top Gun Maverick. If you get a chance to watch the film, share your thoughts with me in the comment section below. While you're here, like this video, hit that thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe so you see more videos like this.